Welcome to Rant Therapy.
Because sometimes you just need to get it off your chest so you can move on with your life.
It's a podcast short powered by the co-hosts of the Happy Eating Podcast.
Brierley, there's something we need to discuss. And this was a topic you brought up to me. And I never really thought about it before, but it does need some discussion. And it has to do with the use of the term co-parenting, which I feel like you see a lot more than you used to. Co-parenting.
I would agree. I see it all over the place. And actually was it you or another friend? I can't remember. Let's preface this by saying that I don't think that this is exclusive to divorced families.
No, not at all.
I think that this also very, very much can sound familiar to married couples as well. So my issue is that I would like to come up with a different word besides co-parent. Now, if you are married, you often refer to that person as your husband or your wife. But so you're the
You don't really call them your co-parent.
You don't use the word co-parent. Now, the other part of
but
it...
it's assumed you're co-parenting.
Right. It's assumed you're co-parenting.
Also,
now,
let's say the term co-parenting to me, and I think this may be where you were coming from, insinuates there's a 50-50 share of the responsibility.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun. You're jumping the gun.
Oh, sorry.
You're jumping the gun. So you would say husband or wife, or typically, like in this instance, you would say husband. You might not use the word co-parent. In a divorced family, some people will say my ex-husband. Now, I don't and I know people that feel similarly, and it's fine if you don't. But I don't really like to constantly refer to the father of my children as my ex.
Yeah.
Like, he has a name, first of all. He is a human.
Yeah.
And
I'm the same way.
And so more often than not, I refer to him as my co-parent. But I am done with calling him a co-parent and I need a new name. And the suggestions that a friend of ours gave us are also not appropriate.
Yeah.
And here's why I'm done with co-parent.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you.
I am done with the phrase co-parent because we are not co-parenting. I am parenting. He is babysitting.
Yeah.
Now, he also sends me a check every month, so he is contributing to the family. I don't want to dog him for that, and he's very diligent about that. Thank you very much. But when he texts me and asks me what the doctor said about the test results, or when I ask him, did you already do the school field trip money and the sign up because it's on my to-do list? And he says, I can't remember. And then I have to email the teacher to ask if it's been paid. Or when he comes to my house to pick the kids up and he takes a piece of paper off the counter and a pen and asks me to tell him what the schedule is for the week when he is supposed to be the parent. That is not co-parenting.
That's not co-parenting.
Okay, that is me parenting and you babysitting. But I'm also not going to call you the babysitter because I'm not paying you to do it. In fact, you're paying me to parent.
Yeah.
So I'm really tired of the phrase co-parenting.
Yeah. Well, and in my situation, it's not 50-50 at all.
Oh, gosh. No, I have closer to 50-50 than you do.
I'm not even going to guess. I don't even need to put out there what the breakdown is. But, yeah. So co-parent does not properly describe our parenting responsibilities that we take on.
So I would like to solicit from listeners suggestions. Here's what I've gotten so far. Baby daddy. That sounds like I'm a hussy. And so we're not using that one. All right. Like, we were married, we were together for 10 years,
so rather
12
than
years.
co-parent, call him their baby daddy.
I don't want to call him baby daddy.
Okay.
But that was a suggestion that somebody gave me. Baby daddy. That I feel like degrades my contribution to that relationship.
Yeah.
The other option is sperm donor.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to that, but I'm not going to say that in front of my kids. And I'm definitely not going to say that to someone that I don't know very well.
Yeah.
So
Like paternal aid.
paternal aid. That's fantastic. Paternal aid is a very good one. So, and we've already outlined that I'm not saying my ex or my ex-husband.
Yeah.
And now oftentimes I will say my children's father,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's just too verbose.
Yeah.
But I do like paternal aid.
Part-time fathering or drop-in parenting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, this is where it comes back to babysitter actually also works well. But again, it does not accurately define it.
Yeah.
So
I
really like paternal aid. I think that that is a strong contender. But I would really love to open this up to our listeners to get some suggestions.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I have to say. Because we have a male podcast producer. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is not exclusive to just women and men, because he definitely probably also feels similarly. So I think that while we're dogging on the dads, that's not always the case.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But whichever side you're on, you know.
And like you said, I think married parents, or at least one of the married parent in the family, can probably relate to this too. Even though you're not describing each other as a co-parent.
Absolutely. Because they're saying my husband or my wife. They're not, like, I'm not saying that.
That person is still a parental aid.
That person is still a parental aid.
They are not
still
the
a
go-to
co-parent.
parent. Yeah.
But that's not the natural, like, phrase that you fall on. But I agree with you. I think that anybody who is married and has kids, especially kids under the roof, like, still feels this way.
Yeah. I agree.
So,
I appreciate you bringing this up.
And I really hope we get some good suggestions.
Yeah. Right now, I think parental aid is the best way to properly sum it up, but I'd like to get some other ideas.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Thank you.
The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed by the hosts of this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of anyone anywhere else. This is meant for entertainment purposes only.